you ever sat alone and asked yourself, why did this happen to me? That heartbreak, that failure, that betrayal. Why did life take such a sharp turn when you were trying your best? Why did people you trusted walk away without warning? Why did your dreams crash when you were this close to reaching them? It's in those moments, when you're sitting alone in silence, staring into nothing, that a deeper question is born within you. A question that echoes in every soul. Does life really have a reason, or is all this just chaos? Today, I want to take you on a journey, not just through Buddhist teachings, but through the unseen patterns of your life. Because in Buddhism, nothing is random. Everything happens for a reason, and that reason, no matter how painful, has meaning if you're willing to see it. Let me tell you a story, not just a tale, but a timeless Zen wisdom that has guided millions through suffering. The Zen story, the farmer and his horse. Once upon a time, in a quiet village in ancient China, there lived a humble old farmer. He was known in the village for his calm demeanor and quiet wisdom. He didn't speak much, he didn't chase riches. He lived simply, cultivating his land with his only son and a single horse. One day, his horse ran away. Gone, disappeared into the hills. The villagers came rushing to him and said, "Oh no, what a tragedy. Your only horse is gone. How will you plow your fields now? Such terrible luck." The old man looked at them, nodded gently, and said just one thing. Maybe yes, maybe no, who knows? The villagers were confused. How could he not be devastated? A horse was wealth, power, and survival in those days, but the farmer, he simply carried on. A week later, the horse came back, but not alone. It returned with 3 wild horses from the mountains. Now the villagers were stunned. They cried out, "What amazing fortune! Now you have 4 horses instead of 1. What a blessing, you must be so lucky." And again the old man replied, "Maybe yes, maybe no, who knows?" The villagers began to whisper, "Is he mad? Doesn't he realize how lucky he is?" A few days later, the farmer's son tried to tame one of the wild horses. He fell and broke his leg badly. Now he couldn't walk, couldn't work, couldn't help his father. The villagers rushed back, full of sympathy. "Oh no, this is terrible. Your only son injured. Such misfortune, what will you do now?" The old man sighed and gently replied, "Maybe yes, maybe no, who knows?" Weeks passed. One morning, a royal army rode into the village. They were conscripting all able-bodied young men to fight in a distant war. Many sons were taken, some wept, some resisted. But the farmer's son, he was spared. His broken leg had saved his life. Now the villagers bowed to the old man and said, "You were right that broken leg was a blessing in disguise. Your wisdom is beyond us." But the old man, as calm as ever, replied, "Maybe yes, maybe no, who knows?" This story has been told for centuries, not because it's clever, but because it holds the truth we keep forgetting. We don't know the whole picture. What you call bad today may be your greatest turning point tomorrow. What you think is good may lead to something painful later. The truth is, we judge life too quickly. Buddhism teaches that everything happens because of causes and conditions. It's not random. It's not luck. It's karma, the natural law of cause and effect. And here's the part people often misunderstand. Karma is not punishment or reward. It's simply energy returning to its source. Your intentions, your actions, your responses, they are all shaping the next moment of your life. The reason that betrayal happened, it may have pushed you to find your true strength. The reason that dream collapsed, it may have redirected you to something far more aligned with your purpose. The reason that person left your life, maybe they were blocking your growth. But here's the catch. We can't always see the reason while we're in the storm. Buddha taught that clinging to good moments and resisting bad ones is the root of suffering. Because life isn't just a straight path of sunshine. It's falling, rising, breaking, healing, and evolving. That's why the old farmer was at peace. He wasn't numb. He simply understood the deeper rhythm of life. Let me ask you something. What if the heartbreak you suffered wasn't a mistake? What if the silence from the universe was actually a deep spiritual test? What if the delay, the rejection, the failure was exactly what your soul needed to learn stillness, patience, and self-love? In Buddhism, nothing is wasted. Every experience is a teacher, and every moment has a purpose, even if that purpose is hidden. So the next time something bad happens, don't rush to judge it. Don't label it as failure. Pause, breathe, and remember the farmer. Maybe yes, maybe no, who knows? Because what seems like a loss right now might be your greatest blessing in disguise. In the next part of this video, we'll explore how the law of karma, the teachings of impermanence, and the cycles of rebirth all point toward one powerful truth, that everything, yes, everything, is unfolding for your evolution, but only if you are present enough to see it. Stay with me, because the next few minutes might just help you find peace with your past, clarity in your present, and unshakable faith in your future. Part 1, Introduction Recap, the mystery behind suffering. Every time something goes wrong in life, when people leave, dreams shatter, health breaks, or loneliness knocks, our first question is always, why me? But Buddhism teaches, don't ask why me. Ask instead, what is this moment trying to teach me? Every experience, no matter how painful, carries with it the seed of awakening. When Buddha sat under the Bodhi tree and reached enlightenment, he didn't escape suffering, he saw through it. He realized that all suffering had a cause, and because it had a cause, it also had an end. Let's dive deeper into this idea that everything happens for a reason, and see how Buddhist teachings reveal this not as superstition, but as cosmic law. Part 2, the law of karma, seeds of the present and future. In Buddhism, the universe is governed by dharma, the natural order. Within this dharma is the law of karma. Karma simply means action. Every action of the body, speech, and mind creates an imprint. Think of it like planting seeds. Some seeds grow instantly, others lie dormant for years, and some even span lifetimes. Your life right now, everything you're experiencing, is the harvest of seeds planted long ago. If someone insults you today, it's not punishment. It's the return of an old energy. If you help someone today, that kindness will return. Maybe not immediately, but eventually. This means every moment matters, every intention counts. So when something bad happens, it's not random, it's part of a bigger unfolding. The wise understand this and don't react with anger. Instead, they reflect, what seed have I planted? This reflection builds self-awareness, and self-awareness breaks the cycle of suffering. Part 3, Impermanence, Anicca. Everything changes, nothing stays. Buddha taught about anicca, impermanence. Your sadness today won't last. Your joy today won't last either. The people in your life, your status, your possessions, all are temporary. This truth is not meant to depress you. It's meant to free you. If you lost someone you loved, yes, it hurts, but even that loss is part of the universal law of change. And that change is what makes room for growth, wisdom, and renewal. If we cling to what's gone or fear what's coming, we suffer, but if we embrace the now, fully without resistance, there's peace. As Buddha said, all conditioned things are impermanent. When one sees this with wisdom, one turns away from suffering. Part 4, Samsara and the bigger picture of rebirth. Sometimes the question arises, if everything happens for a reason, why do children suffer? Why do some people experience trauma early in life? Buddhism addresses this through the concept of samsara, the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth. Karma doesn't expire with death. It carries over, like luggage from one journey to the next. This life is just one chapter in your soul's long journey. That explains why some are born into luxury, others into hardship. It's not to blame anyone, it's to show that karma is precise and fair, though not always visible in a single lifetime. But here's the key, we are not prisoners of karma. We are its authors, and through mindfulness, compassion, and awareness, we can change the script. Part 5, Stories of Real Transformation, when pain becomes purpose. Let's explore some real-world stories that reflect this Buddhist truth. 1. The monk who lost everything there was once a monk who was abandoned by his family as a child. He lived on the streets, begged for food, and grew up with nothing. But one day, while sitting in a temple for shelter, he heard the chanting of monks. The vibrations shook something inside him. He stayed. Years later, he became one of the most peaceful and enlightened monks, teaching compassion to thousands. His suffering, it led him to the path. 2. The woman who turned grief into compassion. A woman in Japan lost her only son in an accident. She became numb, No prayer brought peace, no person could console her. She went to a Zen master and begged him to bring her son back. He told her, "Bring me a mustard seed from a home that has never known loss, and I will bring your son back." She knocked on door after door. Every home had its story of grief. She returned not with a seed, but with compassion. Her pain became her awakening. This is what Buddhism teaches. Even your darkest hour can be the doorway to your deepest light. Part 6, letting go of control. Trusting the flow. We often try to control life. We cling to people, chase success, avoid failure, and panic when plans fall apart. But the Buddhist path teaches surrender, not as weakness but as wisdom. To surrender is to say, "I trust the unfolding. I may not see the reason now, but I know there is one." Think about the lotus flower. It blooms in the dirtiest waters, but the water doesn't destroy it, it nourishes it. In the same way, your challenges aren't blocking your path, they are the path. Part 7, practical wisdom. How to apply this in daily life. Pause before reacting when something hurts you. Instead of saying, "Why me?" ask, "What can I learn from this?" Keep planting good seeds even if life feels unfair now. Keep acting with kindness, honesty, and love. The seeds will blossom. Sit with silence. Meditation reveals what the mind hides. Sit in silence, observe your thoughts, and let answers rise naturally. Let go of the story. We often suffer not because of what happened, but because of the story we tell ourselves about it. Drop the story, just be. Be grateful for every experience. Even pain brings gifts. Reflect often. What is this moment teaching me? Part 8, conclusion, the deepest truth. So, does everything happen for a reason? Yes, but the reason isn't always visible. It's not always logical, and it's rarely instant. The reason is spiritual. It's growth, it's evolution, it's awakening. When you lose someone, it teaches you the depth of love. When you fail, it teaches you resilience. When you're rejected, it teaches you self-worth. No moment is wasted. No pain is pointless. No loss is without teaching. Everything is unfolding as it must. Not for your comfort, but for your consciousness. So next time life breaks your heart, smile softly and remember, maybe yes, maybe no, who knows? You are not being punished, you are being prepared. Walk gently, trust deeply, and above all, stay awake. Peace or clarity, let us know in the comments. Share your story, someone out there may need to hear it. And if you want to walk further down the path of inner peace, subscribe for more teachings from the heart of Buddha's wisdom.